Episode 24 of the Utility Players Podcast. We are back. We are depleted, but Ford and I are still here, keeping it going. Ford, say what's up.
Yo, still here. You ain't got enough of me yet. I'll be here till I get a max contract.
Hey, speaking of contracts, Ben and Ray are not here because they are currently trying to renegotiate their contract with Elliott. Hopefully, we get Ben's contract signed in time. If you people didn't think I was going to return to this podcast and not wear all Italian things, you got me fucked up. All right, I'm here. It's still Forza Azori. We are the Euro 2020 champs, or as Pat McAfee likes to say, the Europes. And I will just continue to bask in our Italian glory. And, I did hear Ben comment about my meal that I made. Hey, this is what we do. It's large Italian Sunday. Was it a Sunday? I don't even remember. It feels like 3 weeks
It
ago.
was. Yeah,
Okay.
It's an Italian summer, so it's okay.
It's an Italian summer. You did say that this week. So, we'd be crazy not to begin with the Bucks last night. Congratulations to them, closing it out in 6, winning the NBA championship. What'd you think?
Man, a lot of different things. A lot of us were wrong about the Suns. We had the Suns in 5, Suns in 6, Suns in 7, whatever the case may be. But um, I feel for Chris Paul. Don't feel as much as for Devin Booker because he's a younger player. He'll probably get another shot, but
Yep.
definitely feel for Chris Paul and Giannis, man. He really just shut everybody up. There's no reason to hate that man. There wasn't ever really a reason to hate him much. The only thing I didn't like was that he's on the Bucks. He kills the Heat. He swept us this year, but man, that performance he put up, that's probably one of the best finals performances I've seen in my life. I can't think of anyone else besides Shaq, but I was too young for that. He just dominated every aspect of the series.
Yeah, I did. I didn't stay up I probably fell asleep in the beginning of the fourth quarter. I'm exhausted this week. Work's crazy, but the dude played 42 minutes. He had 50 and 14,
Yeah.
2 dimes just for shits and giggles.
Who
But I did
cares?
tweet before I went to sleep. Giannis O'Neal. I mean, the dude was dominant the whole series. I believe he averaged 32 and 13 or 35 and 13, something along those lines. That's incredible. I will admit I haven't been the biggest Giannis fan. I will get the Giannis jokes in whenever I can. But like you said before, you can't hate on this man. Like he put up 50 in a closeout game in the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
That's absolutely unheard of. And hey, the Suns are young. You said they'll be back, but still they're in the finals for a reason. So to do that against any team, like I said in a closeout game, is absolutely incredible. Props to him. Saw he went and got his 50 piece today from Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A,
Much deserved. Great call. Even a bigger fan of him now. And that half lemonade, half Sprite, very crucial.
Yep. No ice. Because
No ice.
fast food joints be fucking filling that shit all the way up to the top with ice, and then you take one sip and you got no more drink.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a major killer right there. No ice.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I could say, kind of his comments after saying that, he did it the hard way. He didn't join a super team. I mean,
Yeah.
I get what he was trying to say. I know what he was trying to say, but I mean, the Bucks are not they're not a slouch of a team. Like Chris Middleton,
Yeah.
bro, he showed up. As many people were saying, he's inconsistent. He's this, he's that. He is ugly, but that dude, I mean, Giannis is their all-star. He's their best player, but Middleton's their closer, and it showed in
Yeah.
that series when they needed a big shot. He was right there. And Drew Holiday, bro, that was pickup of the year for
First
any
team all
team.
defense.
Yeah, Drew Holiday, what he did on Devin Booker the last few games and just shutting that down and making it hard for him to score. It was a whole team effort. Shout out Bobby Portis. I mean, that team is, if they keep those
Bobby
pieces
Portis.
together, bro, shout out Bobby Portis, bro.
Shout out Squidward Portis too.
Oh my gosh, he was getting them tweets off as he should. But yeah, Giannis, you could tell, real down to earth. He's just a regular dude hooping. He hasn't even been hooping that long. I don't think he's only 26. He's younger than us, so I don't think he's really there to that point where he feels everything that's about to
Mm-hmm.
come to
Dude's
him. Pause.
26, bro.
Yeah, but
He started hooping in '08. Like, that's
I know.
crazy.
Yeah, he was saying in
That's
that interview
absolutely
they asked
insane.
him. Yeah, he's 26. He has another 6-7 years left of top
Of
tier
his prime.
basketball,
Scary.
and by that time, who knows how, these how advanced these medicines and whatever
Mm-hmm.
is going to be. So
Yeah, I
seems like
definitely
he
think I could
takes
definitely
good
see
care
him
of his
winning
body.
another one or two while he's in
Yeah,
his prime, at the
I
least,
I agree.
at the minimum.
Yeah, he
I agree with
takes
your
over the
take.
game.
I didn't really like the comment, the super team comment. I get it. You're in the moment, and hey, uh, you won, bro. Say what you got to say.
Of course,
But I
yeah,
mean,
absolutely.
they got 3 All-Stars. Maybe we don't respect those 2 other guys as much as we should. I've always been a big Drew Holiday fan. Haven't always been a Chris Middleton fan at all, as well.
Either.
But dude, him and Holiday, Greek and Holiday, both first team all defense. All 3 of them. Was it Holiday an All-Star? He's been an All-Star, something
I
along
think he
those
was All
lines.
Star. Yeah,
Yeah, but there, you know what? We gave them shit. We said, hey, you got to take advantage of this gift that you've been given with, the Lakers out and the injuries that have been playing the NBA this season have been insane. But hey, they rose to the challenge. They got this win, and I'm not taking anything away from them. It's a tough
definitely
season.
not.
They were in that bubble too, so
Yeah,
they had to
injuries are
face
part
those
of the game.
challenges. Yeah, they lost DiVincenzo. It happens, bro. So
Yeah, you can't take something away from a team. Hey, look, staying healthy is part of it. They
mm-hmm.
were probably the healthiest team throughout the playoffs, and it
And
worked
Giannis
out in
was
their
hurt,
favor.
and
Yeah,
they still did
Giannis.
it.
He his knee was throwing up gang signs after that shit. I was like, yo, there's no way he's playing.
No,
And he
PJ
comes out
Tucker's
and
knees were throwing up gang signs last
oh,
night.
Booker crisscross applesauce him. I don't know
Booker
how he
let me
got back up
down.
so quick.
Booker let me down.
Booker
I
will
know
be
Drew.
back
I know
though.
Drew. Yeah, for sure. I'm a big fan. I know Drew Holiday was guarding him, and it's tough. But I did have him and Giannis both scoring over 40 last night in a parlay. Would have been nice.
Nice.
But
Yeah, 50 in a finals game is impressive, especially in a closeout. And I mean, shout out Milwaukee. Those fans were going nuts. I
yeah,
believe it was like
wild.
60,000
Yeah,
outside. Like that's crazy. They're living it up, even though they're in the middle of nowhere.
just drinking Miller Lights.
For real, having the time of their lives.
Hey, shout out to them. Shout out to D Book, who had to get on a plane and fly to
Oh yeah,
Tokyo
he's gonna be.
with Middleton and Holiday. That
You think
sucks,
they're on the
dude.
same flight?
Oh, they absolutely are. They had, like, the USA has a plane, like a private plane, or is what the report said. But who knows if that's true? I would imagine that's true. I wouldn't. I wouldn't think they make
Yeah,
those guys fly
I wouldn't sit nowhere near them.
commercial or whatever. Nah, I'm sure they kept it cool. Those guys are all boys at the end of the day.
Yeah, at the end of the day, they're all friends.
Um, what else? I think you want to talk about how these guys are going to fit in with Team USA.
I mean, Team USA hasn't looked really all that, so they could get all the help they need.
Mm-hmm.
Drew's just gonna help them on the defensive end. Middleton and Booker are gonna give them points, whatever. I don't really know. I
I
haven't
think they're
been
going to
keeping up
help.
too much with it, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I haven't
anytime
watched
you can
many
get
games
those 3 players,
for
it's
sure.
gonna help
From what
for
I've been
sure.
reading, it, that Keldon Johnson kid has actually been a pretty good ad for them, just because he does a lot of off-ball movement and a lot of cutting, which I guess we have a bunch of guys who kind of just stand around. When I saw that picture of
Shoot.
Draymond Green standing at the top of the key like he was about to drain a 3, I was hysterical laughing. That's hilarious.
It's tough
But
though, because like you don't play with. We said that you don't play with those players
mm-hmm.
ever, and just trying to get used to it and how different players play like that. It takes time. Basketball is not just something you pick up and play
Yeah, not
whatever. You got
everybody's
to
me and you
get
on a fast
accustomed
break.
to it. Yeah, 100% for real. You'd be killing that shit. I actually started hooping again, going back to the gym. So
See you,
hopefully I can
boy.
get in shape to get some
Fort
buckets.
David. Fort David got
Yeah,
you with the workouts.
Fort David. Yeah, he did. He sent me a push pull split, some cardio,
Hey,
all that shit. I'm
I
trying to
got the
lose this
juice
belly
cleanse
I
coming
got.
Saturday. I'm back. I'm back in the lab
Oh
full
yeah,
time.
I see.
Yeah,
You getting
dog.
it shipped from New York?
I seen facts. Shout out the Liquid Boutique. Shout them out. Should be opening. I think she said next week. Now I don't know. They've had a lot of construction and building
I can
issues.
imagine,
So
bro.
Yeah, that anytime you're opening up a business, little shit piles up at the end.
especially
Sucks.
probably in New York.
Yeah. I don't know. COVID's rocking Tokyo. There won't be any fans, so I think the USA in that sense may have a little upper hand on other teams once they get into actual gameplay. I don't know about. I didn't care too much that they were losing in the exhibition games. They're exhibition games.
Yeah,
You're trying to figure things out. Like you
that's
said, you're not
whatever.
used to playing with these guys, so it'll be. I'm interested to see how quickly those three fit in when they get there.
I'm glad you
So
did bring up Tokyo in the Olympics because what the fuck is up with these cardboard ass beds, bro? I hope the NBA, I hope the USA basketball team isn't sleeping on these beds because
they
how
are.
you expect
All of them are.
bro? How you
It
expect?
sucks. I mean, I can't really talk. I don't know about you. I'm someone I can go to sleep anywhere. I'll sleep on the floor if I need to. But
I
these guys
get that.
are performing at the highest level against other nations, and then you have to go home and sleep on that just because you don't
on
want
a
them to
cardboard
fuck.
bed. Just because, bro, they're gonna figure it out. These are multimillionaires, like especially from the USA team, at least. Maybe not from like other countries, but that's so messed up. Like you got these like, because it's the Olympics. We're not talking about some little ass event. Like it's the freaking Olympics, and you got them sleeping on cardboard beds, bro. Like,
It's crazy.
God, I don't even know. They're gonna wake up. They're gonna need a chiropractor. They're gonna need those little suction things that go off on your back and shit. Like that's messed up. That boy in the
Hey,
building.
hey, real quick for those of you on YouTube who just saw Ben pop up. I know you saw it say E Valberg. That's because Ben actually has an E in the front of his name, but it's silent. So it looks like Eben.
Eben. Yo, I actually like
It's
that
just
name.
Ben. Eben.
Yeah.
Hey
Eben.
Ben,
Ben. I'm living forever.
What's up, buddy?
When I'm late.
we were talking about sleeping on cardboard beds in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Hey, those things, not gonna lie.
Don't do this. No.
Hey, you know, both of you thought it in your head. You're like, damn, that doesn't look that bad. You know?
No, I
Stop
said
it.
I can't comment because
Yeah.
I'll sleep on anything. I'll sleep on the floor if I
So
have to.
Bro, it's like
Yeah.
the size of like the desk I'm using right now. It looks like it's like 3 by 5 feet.
Yeah. You ever been camping?
Yeah. But I
Yeah,
had like
dude.
I had a sleeping bag.
That's true. Well, it's basically like, I mean, you could turn that into a sleeping bag. It looked like there were slots. Actually, it had a lot of storage space under it too. If you'd noticed, if they lifted the thing up, all the compartments.
I'm just confused because they're doing this apparently so that all the athletes and everyone don't have sex with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's supposedly what it is.
Why
No
wouldn't
sex,
you just
cardboard
have
beds.
sex next to the bed on the floor?
Yeah.
or anywhere else.
Yeah. Hey,
That's
it clearly wasn't well thought out and
Yeah.
stupid anyway, but right? Like it's rules. When people
Rob
try to make
Manfred must have
rules
put
up,
that in.
right? They always think people are dumber than they actually are. And you're right. They'll be like, okay, yeah, well, I don't know if they knew this, but we can do it literally a million other places. You know?
Insane.
That-
We did we let off with talking about the Bucks. So if you want to throw a little quick
I'll just say I watched it with Emily last night, and Giannis, man, I don't think anybody plays harder than that guy. He gained a lot of respect from me.
Yeah.
These finals, and I saw Fort, you tweeted it, but people still hate on him. You know,
People are always
whatever you
something
think
to hate on.
whatever you think of him, but that guy plays hard. He had an incredible game yesterday. I mean, in an incredible series, and he deserves it, in my opinion. They won. Respect to Giannis, and yeah, I'm actually not mad the Bucks won. I think it was good for the city. I think it also was good to see a small market team win. You know,
100%.
And then I just like the Giannis story too. He's been there. He said he's going to take him there. He works hard, plays hard. Sometimes he frustrates you because you're like, just make the guy pull up and try to take a jump shot. But then you watch him play and you're like, literally the only way you're going to stop him is you're going to have to literally know, I'm going to get beat the F up this game.
Yeah.
He is just going to pound you and pound you. And yeah. So
yeah, if all he really has to do is get that mid range and it doesn't even have to hit like every time. It could hit like 45% of the time, if that. But if he develops that, like, bruh, he'll win the next 3 MVPs.
I saw him hit I saw him dribble to his left and hit like an elbow jumper last night, like early in the fourth, and that's when I went to sleep. I was like, yeah, this shit's over. Like, I don't need to watch anything else.
I could just feel it too. I told Emily, I'm like, I know the game's got a ton of time left, but Phoenix wasn't playing well, in my opinion. Devin Booker was not playing well. CP3 started to turn it on, but DeAndre Ayton, you could see it in his eyes. He had nothing he could do to stop him, and they knew it was over. They knew they had no answer.
You can't guard him. You can't have a 7-foot center guarding Giannis.
Yeah,
it's not.
You really can't.
No,
can't expect them to do a good job on that. I don't know about giving up 50, but
right. And it's kind of weird too. It's like historic because the free throw shooting. I'm like, wait a minute. He made another.
Yeah, he was drilling them.
And it just, with that story with him too, he's a terrible free throw shooter. And then I think he missed one the entire game.
Yeah, missed 1 or 2, I think.
So, I'm happy for him. I'll be interested to see next season. I'm already excited for next season. Is it weird? Even though as a Bulls fan, I don't know if we're going to get any better. But yeah. The only last thing I'll say about the finals is Pat Connaughton the worst NBA player in the league?
No, I don't think so.
No, I think he served a purpose. They lost Dante DiVincenzo.
Yeah.
Be the white guy. That was his purpose.
Okay, because hey, I don't know. Just watching him play, he just does not look. He is not good.
He was a two-sport athlete. Yeah. But did he play football or baseball? It was baseball, right?
I think he played baseball. Yeah.
I think it was baseball. Yeah.
I always get him and Jeff Samardzija mixed up.
Yeah.
Well, Jeff Samardzija was a beast in football.
Former Cubs goat.
Yeah.
Ugh, guy stinks.
So.
Hey, well, interesting. We can stay on the Olympics for one more topic. How about the women last night getting bloused by Sweden 3-0?
Oh yeah, they lost for the first time since like
44 games.
It feels like.
Probably good for him.
They lost for the first time since Giannis started playing basketball.
It is good for them.
Is that for real?
I don't know, but he started playing in 2008.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the first time since they lost since 2019, but yeah, it's still a while.
I don't know. I didn't think much of it. Is what it is. But I think it probably will end up being good for him because
nice little wake up call.
Chip on their shoulder now. I saw Abby Wambach tweeted something like, "No team wants to be the team facing us now." Like,
yeah, right. I met Abby Wambach a few years back at the Boca Mall. Yeah, at the Boca Mall. She signed something, but I can't remember what it was, and I don't remember where I put it. So that goes to tell you how that went.
That story just took a complete, it was going up, and then it was like, oh, bam, crash.
There was like a decent amount of people there waiting to meet her and whatnot, but like it was real short. I was like, yo, follow me on Twitter. And then I bounced. This was like when they were good though, like when they had Hope Solo and they were like on top of everything. I mean, they're still great. It's still probably the best team in the world, but this was a while back.
Yep.
All right, let's switch over to football. I don't know if you guys saw it today. Fred Warner, probably one of the top inside linebackers in the league, re-signed with the Niners. I got this on NFL.com. $40.5 million guaranteed. I think it was a 5-year extension, $95 million. Yeah, so that's big. I said in the group chat, in our other group chat, Darius Leonard's up next. We'll see what kind of money he gets.
Roquan's up next.
Yeah, he's in that same class too.
Yeah, Roquan's. Yep.
Are you guys gonna pay him?
Yeah, we'll pay him.
Should.
Can you afford him?
Sure. Probably not right now, but they'll figure it out. They're gonna pay him for sure.
You have to.
We're not letting him go.
You have to.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, well deserved for Fred Warner.
And seeing what Fred Warner got, that just put it out there. You like that prove like, oh, we're gonna have to pay him,
Yeah,
because he's gonna be asking for at least that type of money.
Yeah, time's coming to re-sign these guys. Cam Akers tore his ACL. Kind of upsets me. It's a FSU guy. Oh, was it his Achilles? I thought it was his ACL.
Achilles.
Okay, sorry. I suck.
Yeah, that sucks because even though he played at FSU, I don't care about that anymore. I'm not.
Yeah, once they go pro,
22,
it's whatever. Yeah,
it is what it is. But I mean, I was excited. He played decent. He was, once he got used to the game and whatnot, he was playing decent at the end of his first season, and I was excited to see what he could do his second year. Injuries just suck, man. I don't care who you are. If you're a professional athlete, you busted your ass your whole life to get there, and injuries are tough, especially for someone young, and he was going to be RB1 in that offense. So
for sure, definitely breakout year.
Yeah, it's sad. I just you're like, oh, Todd Gurley, he up.
Hey, there's some running backs out there: Gurley, Le'Veon Bell, Shady, Adrian Peterson. But they, from what I heard, or from what I've been seeing and reading, they're gonna stay with the guys they got in house. It was funny. Ben, you don't know Zoe that well or at all, really. We split a fantasy football team, and Stormy, and and as soon as I got like the notification, I went to our fantasy football team because we do it's called the super early draft league. So we already drafted our team like a month and a half ago, and this guy Zoe already picked up Darrell Henderson. Because we had Cam Akers, and I texted him like, "Bro, you're fast." He's like, "There's money on the line." I was like, "But I literally just got the notification like 2 seconds ago."
Yeah,
Zoe's on top of fantasy. Like I've never seen anybody like on top of anything in my life. Like he's literally on that shit. I'm sure he has like, I don't know, some kind of sources, because there's no way people are picking up shit as quick as he is.
Zoe Broussard
does it for real.
It's fantasy football is easy to. It's the biggest fantasy that I get into, that I would spend time on, like, because it's easier to, it's not as much work as like basketball. You soon realize like, damn,
dude, baseball is insane. I'm not doing baseball next
year.
I'm one and done.
It's crazier too. It's like, man, you gotta try to find the time to do that if you want to be competitive or be like that, where you're able to jump on quickly and get these guys and get that figured out. I don't have
football is fantasy football is it for me. That's all I ever really do, because everything else is way too much time consuming. I mean, fantasy football is time consuming as is, and it's once a week, so I can't.
Starting over the next few days, next week, guys are starting to report. Players for teams are starting to report to camp. So, what do you guys think about Aaron Rodgers? Is he showing up?
I'm going to stick to my guns and say no.
No?
Yeah.
I'm sick and tired of talking about it. I just wish something would happen already.
Me too.
But it is
I want to know if we're going to be able to win the division or not.
Yeah.
Right?
It was kind of funny. Oh, sorry. Go ahead for it.
Oh, you're good. I think he shows up. There's nowhere else he can go. They're not going to trade him. They re-signed everybody else, so they're running it back. I don't see why he wouldn't come back. Like, get paid.
I definitely think he's either going back, or I don't see him playing anywhere else. I said that in the beginning. Hey, wish he would play for the Giants. Not going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, I can't see him in a different jersey. It was pretty funny because they've had all these stupid reports come out about how he got his house deep cleaned. Well, players get their houses deep cleaned when they come back from vacation all the time because they haven't been in it for 2 to 6 months. Or that his country club membership in Green Bay got renewed. Yes, those get automatically renewed every year. So I don't know if you guys caught it. He texted Pat McAfee yesterday when Pat was live, and Pat starts by saying, "Oh," he's like reading his phone. He's like, "All right, I have some very good sources here." And he starts reading, and he was like, I never clean. And he's like, "Oh shit." He's like, "Aaron texted me this." So Rodgers texted Pat and was like, "I've never gotten my house deep cleaned by a cleaning service. I use my own people." He's like, "And as far as the golf club or golf club, whatever, country club membership, that's automatically renewed." So these are all just stupid ass stories, and we're reaching. It was a slow news week.
It's all a reach.
Sure. if he does come back, do we all agree that this is his last year in Green Bay?
Well,
think
yeah,
so.
because it's his last contract year.
Yeah.
So he's a
Like-
free man after this.
That's what I'm saying. This is like, even if he plays this year, he comes back, he plays. I think the signs on the wall, whatever it's going to be, it's going to be his last year.
Yeah.
So why not
Yeah.
Green Bay try to get something out of it?
I don't know. It's so weird.
You know,
It's so
because
weird.
they have to have the
they-
same feeling too. Like he clearly doesn't want to re-sign here. He turned down a contract extension.
But they're like, he's
Yeah.
like the second greatest quarterback of all time. Like, do we want to
Hey.
trade this guy? What backlash are we going to get it from fans? How's
Yeah.
this going to affect our sales or our ticket sales? I mean, granted, they'll sell out. Lambeau will sell out every single game for the rest of time. But I guess they're looking at it different ways. Did they trade Brett Favre or did he sign as a free agent with the Jets?
I can't
No,
remember.
he left. They didn't trade him.
So they do this. Like they're stubborn with
Wait,
the players. And
Didn't he sign with
They
the
do.
Vikings first?
did he sign with the Vikings and then get traded to the Jets, or did he sign with the Jets and then get traded to the Vikings?
Damn,
I
I
think
can't
he went to-
remember.
I don't know. That guy retired like 8 times, like Roger Clemens.
Yeah,
I don't
it
got
was
time for
all-
that shit.
That's true.
So
It's so nuts.
Damn.
we haven't.
What else, dudes?
Did you guys talk about the McGregor fight when I wasn't on here?
No,
Yeah.
that was
Was it
what I
that?
was going to try and bring up. We didn't. No.
Oh,
Okay.
We talked about it.
I
No.
thought we did.
No. Oh well, Fort put it on here. Oh, not Fort. Ray. He had
he put
fractures.
the-
We're learning that he had
yeah.
fractures in his foot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't
that
know.
Well,
I mean,
prove it.
I've been a
That's what he
fan.
said.
Yeah, I've been a fan of Connor since he was on ESPN Fight Nights, like the Friday night fights. I said it before the fight. You got to win, bro.
Yep.
You got to win this fight because, granted, it sucks the way it happened. I was interested just to see how the second round was going to play out. Was Dustin just going to continue to bury him, or was he going to respond? Because that's Connor. The deeper Connor goes into fights, the more he's tired because he exerts so much energy in that first round.
Yeah.
So I was interested to see how he was going to work on his cardio, how his stamina was going to be, but we didn't get to see that. I'm not really one for excuses after you lost. Like, hey,
Yeah,
if you
we
had
got
those
robbed.
things, say it before the fight. I get you don't want to say it because then they'll target that area, which you got to kind of, I guess it's different in fighting, but give it a rest, dude. Heal up, come back. But now it's not Connor fighting top guys. It's Connor needs to earn his way back up the rankings.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
But I mean,
dude,
anybody's gonna want to fight him now.
Yeah.
For sure.
Whoever fights
Because of
him.
the
But
payday.
he's got to earn it
Exactly.
now. I'm sorry. I know he's the sport. He's done a lot for the sport. I get it, but I don't want to see you keep getting losses to top guys. Earn your way back up. Maybe it'll help you get some momentum. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm
Yeah.
excited to see what Poirier's going to do next.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't agree more with you with that. I've always been a fan of Connor too, but I mean, dude, you haven't done anything in like 4 or 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
And because you haven't won or done anything in that time, you can't really talk anymore. Because then it gets old. Then it's like, what are you doing, dude? You're not winning anything. Stop making excuses. That's why when it came out, I'm like, prove it, dude. If you're gonna say something like that, prove it. Otherwise, you sound like you're making excuses.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's done.
No, Yeah. He got over it pretty quick though. I don't know if you saw the boat that he finally got delivered. Or
Yeah,
his yacht.
dude.
His
Yeah, I mean,
Lamborghini
hey.
yacht.
The guy knows how to live.
Hey,
What
I'm
was
not
it, like number 12 out of 73 or something like that? And it was 12
Yeah.
because of proper 12. Bro, that's a fucking yacht.
he may
dog.
not be dominating the UFC game no more, but that man is dominating the marketing,
Dominating
money
life.
making game. Yeah. Like he's
The flexing.
that yacht is just
Yo.
I think he brought in 180 million last year.
Yeah,
was
top
number one.
sports. Yep.
Yeah, number one.
That's crazy.
Right, rightfully so. I don't have the numbers in front of me anymore, but I did see that Dustin made a lot more money than him last fight, which is surprising knowing
did?
him. Yeah, I want to say Dustin made around like 18 million, and Connor
Damn.
only made like 5 or 6.
Dang, that is just huge money.
But he's getting money in so many other places.
Yeah.
I believe
I
that
will
was just
fight
like the
Conor.
actual money from the UFC.
I would fight Conor.
I will fight Conor in UFC 280 if they just give me $1 million. You know,
And
Just
and
give me
a
$1
helmet.
million.
I'll
I'll do it without a helmet. You know, no, if they give me $1 million and pay my hospital bills. So I don't want to have to pay the hospital bills. Yeah, just $1 million. That's all I'm asking.
You gonna bet the fort with that $1 million?
You bet the fort on not me. That's what I would do, you know?
No, I'm still laughing at.
I'd be like a minus 1 million.
When we had the live,
if you'd have to repo your house to get anything. Sorry.
Oh my goodness, man! No,
Well, I'll get these two topics out of the way because Ray's not here. So one, I know Fort doesn't watch golf. I really enjoyed the British Open this past week/weekend. It was great. Collin Morikawa won it. I believe he's also 26 or 25, somewhere around there. He's very young. He's already won 2 majors. Spieth came in second. Rahm made a late push on Sunday. Koepka played okay. Bryson was low, but he shot good on Sunday. He said he'll just learn from it, whatever. I'm tired of his shit too. But got to get a little golf in. I've become recently obsessed with golf these past few weeks.
There we go.
I don't know how.
So, well,
Yeah.
I mean, not so much like watching it, but watching it,
Playing it.
yes, and playing it, looking at clubs. I'm turning into Vito slowly. But hey, just wanted to shout out the British Open. Also wanted to shout out. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say I think it's good that you get into something like that. As you get older, you know, you realize like I can't do this and that anymore. So to find yourself a little hobby that you like to do. So I'm happy for you. I like that you're doing it.
Yeah, and I
want to come over and see you shine those clubs.
I use it as a bargaining chip because we're going back to Guthrie this weekend, and the only way I was going is if Mandy and Vicky golfed with me in Guthrie on Sunday morning.
Hey, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that.
Sounds like fun. No, golf is hard as hell, man. Like
so hard
to the ranges. I've been to Drive Shack. I've been to Top Golf. I've been to whatever, and man,
it's a very. Not only is it
sport.
Not only is it hard just skillfully, but it's hard mentally. It's a mentally tough game.
Yeah.
You know, it's also learning how to be patient. You have to learn so many of these skills, and that's why golf can be, for me, so frustrating. And like I lose patience fast, and so I think you know, for me, I'd have to get over that stuff.
For sure.
But I like playing it. I like playing like 5 holes, and then I start to get really pissed because I suck so bad, you know. So that's why I have so much respect for pro golfers, because I'm like, for them to get at that level, the amount of work they had to put in is insane.
Incredible.
You know,
I can never hit the same shot twice in a row.
Right?
It won't ever happen in my life, and I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that. I know you guys probably didn't watch Money in the Bank this weekend. For our WWE listeners, Ray's not here, so I won't nerd out completely. Great pay-per-view, one of the best pay-per-views WWE has had in a while, in my opinion. May not be popular, but it was the first one that I really watched every single match throughout without getting bored or playing video games in between, whatever the case may be. Love that the Usos won the tag team championship. They got the bloodline with Roman Reigns. He won. His match with Edge was a complete masterclass. Seth Rollins, our Iowa boy, ran out there. I'm really interested. I think him and Edge are gonna fight at SummerSlam. Is it SummerSlam? Yeah, SummerSlam. And at the end, I know you guys have seen the video. I've watched it 9,000 times already. John Cena showed up at the end. Yep. And that reaction, that pop from the crowd was insane. I was watching it and I was like, oh shit. I was like, I knew he was gonna come out. Even when it's still cool because I just like Roman played it off great. His reaction was awesome. Michael Cole was like nerding out, and I know some people have heard it. He was like, Zena's here, and then like there's a brief pause, and then Pat comes out of nowhere and he's like, where? Because obviously you can't see him, but just like in that sense, yeah, hilarious. Glad Zena's back. Hopefully he's staying around for a little while. It'll keep us entertained for the summer. But yeah, I'm excited for SmackDown this weekend, or this Friday. Sorry.
Sweet. Well, I mean, I wish I could watch all these guys.
I just started recording them, and then I just watch bits and pieces like throughout the week.
Yeah, see, that's the thing to do, you know.
And you can record on there's DVR on YouTube TV.
Didn't know that.
I saw the videos online though on Twitter that you've sent to, and it looks electric with fans. So I'm happy fans are back.
Yeah.
I mean, WWE is just not even the same without fans, live fans. That's the whole part of the experience.
For sure.
You know, when I was a kid watching it growing up, and you know, something like that would happen, and you'd see the crowd be electric, and you at home just like as a kid be like, ah!
Yep.
Russian and
I was at Raw.
But for real though, if an event ever comes around here,
we're going. I'll be there.
They usually do, because
they have the Wells Fargo Center.
Yeah, Kobe will usually. He even gets them to come back from where I live.
Oh, okay.
Or where I'm from. I'll go for sure, without a doubt.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I'm there. It's I was there for Monday Night Raw in Des Moines at the Wells Fargo Center and Wells Fargo Arena. Wells Fargo Center is in Philadelphia. Wells Fargo Arena, and Sting came back.
Oh shit!
And I went fucking ballistic, dude. My little cousin was with me. He's like, "Who's that?" I'm like, "Bro, this is from when I was little." I was like, "This is Sting, dude."
I would have gone nuts for Sting.
Yeah, I was like, I hope this guy's gonna like jump out of the rafters or something. I just walked out. But being a fan there, having the fans there, it's such an awesome experience, and I'm definitely excited. Hopefully, they add Des Moines to the live tour coming up soon. So,
for sure.
Hey, you got any bet the fort tonight?
Over under 10,500 COVID positive cases for Florida tomorrow. We had 9,000. Breaking news from Dom. We had 9,000 today. We led the nation, Florida. So
I think Iowa had 199.
Milwaukee's gonna have 65,000, so you're good,
bro,
right?
Yeah, they had this new like Delta thing or something that's going on now too. Like, I don't know what else they're gonna come up with next, man.
I do have a question about that. I just have to say, because I asked my wife, there's something I'm confused about. How did they know it's the Delta variant? Because if I go to Walgreens right now and take a test, the test is either positive or it's negative.
Right.
So,
dude,
that's just confusing to me, man. Doesn't it feel fishy?
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
Like everybody's like the Delta variant. I'm like, wait a minute, how do you know?
There's another variant too that apparently was in Texas.
Yeah,
it has it starts with an L, I think. It has like a weird name.
Right.
But I'm with you.
I've never heard of anybody say the test came up and was like, oh, I got this type. It's either positive or negative. So I don't know, something's weird. And it
wear
stinks.
a mask. Don't be an idiot. And life is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for real. I don't get all this COVID stuff, and then we got freaking CEOs going into space, spending billions of dollars.
Bro.
But I'm not pocket watching. Like, I mean,
his post conference?
If I had that kind of money that he has, I wouldn't be trying to go to space. I'd definitely be doing other things. Like going to space would be one of the last things on my mind. Like,
bro, he could have gave me $10,000 instead of using that money to go to space for 2 seconds.
Just the more I think about it, I'm like, man, yeah, I know space is cool, and we probably should figure out, because we're eventually probably going to run out of all the resources here on this planet, so we're probably going to need to get the hell off if we're thinking we're going to survive. But that still feels like a while away. You would think maybe they could allocate some of that money, and I don't know, look at places like northern Nigeria where they literally don't even have access to drinking water. and maybe help figure out the drinking water situation for humans, so there isn't so much human suffering in other countries, in other places. I don't know. Maybe think about Cuba, for example, that's going on as well. Maybe it just feels like that money can be used somewhere else, but hey.
It seems so pointless. I thought they were staying up there.
Right?
Those fuckers came right back down.
He came back, bro. What the hell was that?
Dude, it's like it's like a $1 billion amusement park ride.
Oh my God. See, that's what happens when you have too much money and you don't know what to do with it. So one day Bezos just wakes up and he's like, you know what? I want to go to space. And he can do that. And it's so fucking dumb because some people it really is her. Not our fault, because I don't buy shit from Amazon. Except these desks that I'm using right now. But but it's like, bro, like, I don't know, do something else. That's just how bored he is. That's Elon Musk is doing the same thing. So
his press conference too, to me, I don't know. It just kind of showed to me how out of touch he is with like maybe regular human beings like us, you know, because I wanted to be like, where he's like, thank all the Amazon, thank all of you. You're the one that sent me here. And I'm like, I'm sure the employees that have, because of the amount of pressure that they're put on to deliver times and stuff, and they had to shit in an actual bag in the van or pee in cups because they couldn't stop and go to the bathroom, really appreciate your thanks.
Right. They definitely are so excited. Hey, my CEO went to space. They're telling all their friends and family about it. Like,
do you think somebody grabbed him after the interview, like an advisor or somebody from Amazon, and been like, hey, so maybe we should rehearse something to say before we went up there? Because I don't think that's gonna go over well.
Yeah, but I don't think he'll even understand it. He'll just be like, yo, who are you to tell me what to do? Like, it's Amazon and Apple. Like, those two companies just run everything that we do on a day-to-day basis.
I get it. I'm not trying to be that person, you know. It's cool. I'm glad we can do that. You know, hopefully figure out a way to explore and advance, but it just feels like we got a lot of other problems going on in the world.
Yeah.
That, I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about human suffering lately. It's kind of dark, but
that is really very dark. I had a great transition and I just put a hold on it because that was dark.
I have. It's just, you know, thinking about the you know, honestly, it's the Cuba stuff hit me.
You're going to be a dad soon, bro.
I think that's why too.
Like this.
You know what I found out? I literally, this factual, look this up, that males during pregnancy and after the baby's born, their testosterone levels drop. So
like a lot, or how much is it?
For like the first few years of their child's birth, the testosterone levels drop, and they believe it's because it happens in many animals, and they believe it's because we become less angry or less, you know, hyperactive, more nurturing, and more caring, and more sensitive, because, you know, you're trying to take care of a little kid,
right? Yeah,
those things.
I had no idea about that.
I learned that the other day, and so I honestly think it's been hitting me because the Cuba stuff hit me, and then I started going down these rabbit holes and looking at all of these, you know, human suffering stuff, and starting to think about. And then I started looking at Africa and looking at other countries there. Started listening to. You ever heard of, like, I think her name is Yeonmin Kim? She's like a North Korean girl that got out of North Korea, and she's in America now, but she's talking about all the stuff that goes on there. And I listened to an interview with her, and it's literally mind-blowing to me.
Yeah.
You know? And the way that she got out of the country, the only way she got out is her mom sold her and her sister as sex slaves to China, because her mom knew that was literally the only way she could get them out of North Korea. Damn. So she sold them when they were 11 and like 12 to China as sex slaves, and hoped that they would get out of that. Yeah. And she did. But anyway, I didn't mean to derail this show, guys, and stuff, but
it just goes to show, like,
I might have to come give you a hug.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. Just some of the things that people go through, like, just to have a life, bro. Like,
it's sad.
I don't know. We take stuff like that for granted all the time. And, You know, when I first originally planned my trip to South Florida, like I didn't expect to stay as long as I did, and then like I was like, oh, I'll leave after the 4th of July. Fourth of July came, and then like the McGregor fight was right around the corner. I was like, you know what? I want to watch that with my dad and my brother. And then like the whole Cuba thing started like right around that time, and like it was just all a matter of timing. And I mean, you never know, bro. That's why you gotta just like what we were talking about the other day, just do things. Because I mean, had I not stayed, I wouldn't have been with my parents while that was happening. That was big time. But I mean, that opened up my eyes to a lot of things, and just that example that you just set right there, just getting sold to a whole different country. You don't know where you're gonna go, and you're sold as a sex slave. Like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've just been like thinking about a lot of the smaller things and trying to be more appreciative of things that I have and what I don't have.
And last thing I agree. Last thing I'll say, so we don't, because I'll go down a rabbit hole right now. But and is then I started to think like, you don't think about it, but none of these people in Cuba, North Korea, any of these countries that were born there, and we everybody know it's so. We're in the internet age. Everybody knows everything. So to deny you don't know that other countries are going through drastically different things, and their people maybe don't have access to water, they barely have access to any food. I started looking into like, there's such a diarrhea problem in India. Like 15% of the kids die from diarrhea by like the age of 5 because they don't have access to clean areas. I mean, it's insane. And then you think about, nobody asked to be born in any of these places. I didn't ask to be born in America. Dude. That Yeonmin Kim lady didn't ask to be born in North Korea. That's just the way it happened. And us knowing, like a Jeff Bezos and all this, knowing that this stuff is going on every day, and we just allow human suffering to happen, and we accept it, and we act like we care as a world people, but we really don't. We only really care about our own singular selves. Is getting to me lately.
So.
No,
I will say, for the idiots who hate their entire life, was not laughing that people die from diarrhea. I was laughing about how crazy that is.
Right. Yeah.
Like I would never think of that. Or like, you just, in our lives, we would never imagine that would be the reason that any of us would die.
Yeah,
because in the grand scheme of things, we have it good, and like you said, we didn't choose to be born here or like this. They didn't choose that either. That's just fucking luck of the draw.
Right. It's crazy.
It's
then
sad.
It makes me like, lately, anytime I feel that urge to complain about something, or you get angry about something that we experience, I start to think about that and be like, I mean, what I'm dealing with is nothing. You know, everybody's worst day is their worst day they've ever had, because that's all they have it to compare it to, right?
Yeah.
We don't live in each other's shoes, so we don't know. So anyway, what other sports topics are
there? Sports Illustrated, Meg Thee Stallion on the cover. I don't know why.
Sheesh.
I mean, besides that, but
now there's a few different cover athletes, although she's not an athlete. But there are different people on the cover. I know Naomi Osaka was on a cover, and I don't remember the other two, just because I didn't really get past Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah, it's hard to get past that.
I gotta be honest, I haven't looked at or thought about a Sports Illustrated since probably 13 and a half years old.
Agreed.
I had the
yearly subscription.
From ages 9 to 13, I was deep into them. I really couldn't wait for those to come out, every year.
Yeah.
And then I turned 14, and I was like, hey, I don't need that.
Shit's over.
Yeah, I think social media took over like any kind of like prominent magazine or anything like that. It's just everything's online now.
Well,
what else do you use?
With all the stuff going on in the world, I'm glad that we will finally be getting some answers and some prayers tomorrow night when Kanye drops his album.
Yeah, I know.
What do you guys think? Hey, I'm excited. Wouldn't be surprised if Drake tries to one-up him and drop his album the same weekend. I listen, like Conor McGregor, it better be good, pal.
Yeah.
Because the last few ones I personally haven't been rocking with. But it's
Yeah, I
Kanye, so
look
he'll
at.
always get a listen from me.
Yep, I agree, and that's that respect factor.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I listen to his music differently nowadays, just because if you listen to it, there's such a religious undertone to it now that I'm just not a religious person, so it doesn't really connect with me that way. And reading about this album, there's apparently a lot of still religious undertones to it. But I'm a big fan of Kanye because he always has, like, you can tell he's a perfectionist and he's a creative and he's like a visionary and he always has the best production. And I love the way, with just listening to how his songs are put together without maybe so much lyrical aspect to it or trying to understand what he's trying to say. That's what I like about it. Like did you see the Beats commercial last night
Yes.
where they has that song? It might be maybe towards like a religious song, but the production on that thing sounded amazing. And so
It did.
you know this thing is going to be production wise awesome, probably.
Yeah. Agreed.
But,
Yeah, that's the great thing about Kanye, that you can always at least expect that on his albums. But I mean, just with his albums, I feel like each of his album is like a different thing that he was going through in life. And now
yes.
with his whole like divorce with Kim and like all these like rumors that are coming out, and I mean, Ye was pretty good. Ye wasn't bad. I enjoyed Ye. I don't remember listening to Jesus is King too much. But
I didn't listen to
I
it.
hope this is a good album. I also feel with Kanye, like you were saying, he is a creative. He is super like in tune with himself, and like sometimes when he talks, I feel like he's just trying to get so much information out at one time, because his brain is going so fast that like people that don't really do what he does or don't really have that kind of mindset, they're just like, yo, this guy is just rambling, he's just saying whatever. But he can't keep everything that he's trying to say and elaborate in his mind, because he's just trying to get it all out. And just, I feel like inside of him, he just wants to help everybody, but not everyone's going to understand how he's trying to relay that info.
Yeah. First
totally
album
agree.
post Kim. So that's all I care
That'd
about.
be a good one. Yeah.
Right. I wonder if he'll mention her.
Absolutely.
You think he will?
So yeah, he's got
How many
to.
times? Over under 3.5.
Did you see his Instagram picture?
No.
Oh. He posted an Instagram picture. It's like the only one he has yesterday. And then it's just a bunch of pictures of him. And then the last page is like pictures like him set out. He's got his jewelry, whatever. And then in the corner right there, you have to look at it to see it, but it's a pair of Nike black socks. And so, the internet's like, oh my God, do you see it? Do you see it? I'm like, but he's just that genius because he knows he got caught wearing them. And then as he's promoting this album here. So
who doesn't wear Nike socks?
The Nike crew socks. I mean, we're talking classics here.
Yeah.
Nick, you know me, and I'm a big sock guy,
Big sock guy.
Yeah, big sock guy here. I like colorful socks. I like, gotta have a fresh pair of white and black Nikes.
Yeah, I don't know how many 6-pack of white Nike crew socks I've bought in my lifetime.
Right.
But yeah, Kanye's wilding wearing these big ass jackets and masks. He was in Vegas the other day wearing that, and they were like, yo, it's 107 degrees out. But I mean, that's just him being him. Like, I don't know why he has to do it that kind of way, but
the best way to describe him, I think, is that he's a creative. He is different, and I agree. It's like almost trying to release the water from the cooler after the ice is melted, right? You got to get it out of there. And that's what I feel like when he talks too, he's just releasing info.
Yeah.
He's not really like trying to think or be politically correct or put this all together. He's just trying to get this out of his brain
before he'll forget or before it's too late or
function,
whatever the case may be. Yeah.
So you got to respect it. Just like any of the legends, you're like, oh, I'm going to give it a listen. Might not be your thing anymore. And that's music. Sometimes, especially as our artists that we like grow as well and change and get older.
It's not named after his mom anymore, right? They He changed the name on it or something.
Did he? It's
Oh,
not
it is
Donda
so.
anymore.
I thought it was
I don't
Donda
think
still.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw something. I may be wrong, but
Hey, knowing him, he's probably changed it 4 times already.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
with him, you'll never know until we see it on Apple Music.
right.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
then he still might go in and then edit it,
Yeah,
like he did
yeah.
with.
I'll definitely
Be
be
like,
listening
no,
tomorrow
Pablo.
night. Apparently, that listening party at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, it's going to be live on Apple Music or Apple Radio, whatever the case may be.
Okay.
So I'll definitely be
That's what's
tuned
up.
into that.
Yep.
So, all right, boys. I think that's it for tonight. We did a good job. Hopefully, as you guys see and hear, Ben did work out his contract situation with Elliott. Hopefully, Ray's is done by next week.
I mean, after seeing like Maria Taylor and all these like big names from ESPN leaving, you guys started exploring your options. Like, come on, bro, what's going on here?
Got to resign.
They were going to franchise tag me, and then we got a deal done. So
get money that you
got
deserve.
a family on the way. You got to get that guaranteed
security.
Cash flow.
Security.
Hey, dude, she's looking ripe. The veins are popping. I mean, she's looking like she's about to explode.
Take care of you.
So honestly, she looks like if I poke her too hard, it's like gonna burst.
Hey, not gonna lie, because I did see Ian's Instagram, so I did see that you went to get a haircut. When you didn't respond this afternoon, I was like, I did have a moment, and I was like, holy shit. Did Emily is like, are they on the way to the hospital right now?
No, I was there right now.
I did.
We got a month left. We're ready to go.
Shit.
Yeah.
Any time now.
So it could happen anytime now.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why I was like,
and the
hey,
baby
this is a possibility.
Yep. Literally anything could put her into labor now. I mean, most likely won't happen, but until the due date. But my brother's best friend just had their baby a couple of days ago, 10 days early.
Nice.
And so that kind of set into us like, oh, it could happen anytime now. Baby would be fine. It wouldn't have to be in like the incubator, it'd just be smaller.
Right.
And so then we're like panicking, like making sure like, do we got everything ready and is it done? And we don't. And so like, it's stressful.
Gonna be like that meme where they have the pictures of the baby and it's like Miami, and it's like born in Iowa.
Yeah, I know. And so
Miami.
Good though. I'm ready for it to be over.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
I'm
excited
though.
Yeah, I know. You too. I tell you. I'll bring it up another time.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking. Were you talking about me?
Yeah.
Why would I do? Tell it to the
dude
fans.
had me in tears one day. I was up in her room, like putting stuff together and looking through some of the books, and you wrote in the book that you got. And
that's my goal.
I never read it, and the first time I read it, and I teared up, man. I teared up.
Okay.
You know,
I'm the person. Every time I write cards for birthdays, holidays, whatever, I try to make people cry. I mean it, but I do try. I go in with it. I'm gonna make people cry when they read this shit.
Yep.
That's the impact I'm leaving.
I know. It did. I was like, Emily and I both in the room at the same time, and I was like, whoa,
Whoa.
I'm gonna go out in the hall for a bit here.
You cutting onions over there?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Glad you shared that with people.
Yep.
Good stuff.
All right. Hey, episode 24. Shout out Kobe. Shout out Manny Ramirez. Shout out me, because that's my favorite number. And football season's 2 weeks away.
Let's get it.
Yes.
I can't wait. So, hey, Ray's better at this, but like, subscribe, comment,
follow.
DM. Stop thinking
Whatever
that I'm the
case
one
is.
commenting and talking to you on Instagram. It's not me.
Right.
And
That's reverse psychology.
life is good.
Life is good.
Life is
Enjoy your week, people. Peace.
Deuces.